Hello, everyone. It's Jaden for Student Pages. Hope you're all doing very well once again today. Today we are here with Luke Speakman, who is a star of the brand new movie Weapons. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I am very good, Luke. So, you are a very young actor, and you have achieved so much at a young age. I mean, has acting always been something that you wanted to do, and how did you get into it?
Yeah, I want to do acting for the rest of my life. I just want to say that. So there's two different stories, but I mainly like this one. But they all lead to the same ending. So basically, when I was younger, like 4 years old younger, pediatrician said either you have to like compress these emotions or put it somewhere. So I tried theater acting. I hated it. But then I tried it on screen or film and I loved it. And ever since then, I've been acting and it's awesome.
Yeah, so you basically just needed somewhere to channel that energy that you had. Yeah, no, absolutely. I can see how it'd be a perfect outlet for something like that, just to let it all out. And I mean, what's your family's reaction been to this for you? Have they been very supportive with everything you've been doing?
Yeah, well, so I travel a lot, but recently my family's also been traveling. Like my older sister's been in Philadelphia and in Philadelphia. So like every so often I see a message of them like pointing at a weapons poster and they're like, "Hey, it's Luke!" So it's really fun.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, it's great to have a good support system, with people around you that love what you do and are just there for you while you do it. I think that's always something so wonderful to have. So, yeah, like you've just mentioned there, let's talk a little bit about weapons. I mean, that is so cool. That is a huge film to be a part of. How did that all start? And can you tell us a bit about your time on set and what was it like being part of a production that big?
So it was amazing, and I met my best friend on set, and so where do I start? Where do I start? That's the question.
I'm gonna say, I bet it was quite the process.
It was. So first, before the strike, I did my audition for a different role on weapons. And I was in the final stages. They're like, okay, we're gonna need to get this. And then the strike hit, so everything shut down. Except I was too old and I was too tall. So then that's when they're like, hey, let's try this one out. The bully one, or a bully. So we tape it in the back of our van because I was heading to Ninja, which is a sport I do. And literally, when I come out of Ninja, which is only an hour, they're like, okay, we need Luke at the studio right now. And then we go to the
Wow.
studio. I was in this terrible t-shirt, worn down pants. I think my t-shirt had a hole in it. Um, because it's
Probably
Ninja.
worked in your favor.
Yeah, it might have. I don't know. And then I go there, and then I met Zach. He was super nice. And a funny moment is that in one of the scenes, I throw a pencil, and I had to do that as an audition scene. Except either the pencil didn't go anywhere or went behind me, or it just bam Zach in the head, and probably the first one. And he's like, "You're fired! Get out of here!" That's when I knew I must be on this set. This is just an amazing set. And then for the entire summer, 10 weeks, I'm complete on working with weapons, which was amazing. So another thing that's really funny is that during these 10 weeks, I met my best friend, like I said earlier, Kerry Christopher. We still talk, even though my character bullies him in the movie. So
Well, that's how it works, isn't it, on movie sets? I
it is.
suppose when you're working close together, you get a bond, don't you, really?
Yeah, it does. Now I'm hoping we work together on something again. Zach, so Zach Kreger was super awesome. He was a nice director. He knew what he wanted, but he would also listen to like if you had an idea. And it was just awesome this entire time.
No, I imagine it's nice to work under someone that actually listens to you and sees what you bring to the role and to the set and stuff. I think it's always nice to work with people that see you for what you are, and I think yeah, that's just wonderful. And I mean, what was it like working with some of the other stars of the film, like Josh Brolin, Julia Garner? It was star-studded
Oh
cast,
my
right?
goodness. So Josh Brolin was so nice. So in one of the scenes closer to the end of the movie, which gotta go watch the movie to find out.
Yeah, of course.
So we were just, while we were waiting for it to set up, we were just sitting on the, like, not on the road, but like about to be on the road. And we're just talking and chatting. And it was fun talking. Julia Garden, I keep saying Garden. How do you say it?
Very, very close to be fair.
I know, I know. I hope she has a garden. I'm just saying. She was so nice. She went over the scripts before the scenes and super nice. Everyone was super nice. I just want to say that. Everyone was super nice and so like, happy. I am so glad I was on that movie. It was just an amazing set.
That's amazing. As I say, it's really nice when everyone around you is, so positive as well, because I imagine it's quite difficult to work when, you maybe don't have an environment like that. So yeah, I'm really pleased to hear that. So your role, Matthew, then, what do you think about the role? Because you mentioned he's a bit of a bully. So I imagine for a role like that, because again, you're so pleasant, can I say? It's like I think it must be pretty tough to channel something not as nice. So how did you do that from an actor's perspective?
So, surprisingly, in my opinion, it wasn't honestly that hard, but it was a fun kind of challenge thing. Because, like, I can easily do a bully easily, but like I wanted to go to a different level on the scale. So, it was fun. Matthew is a complicated role. He's a little bit of a bully to Carrie's role because I believe he's a bully to Carrie because he has a father that is caring for him because my role is kind of like or his dad doesn't pay attention to him like Josh Brolin doesn't pay attention to me until I do anything like sports and I get mad at Carrie. I bully Carrie because he has a dad that does it and I think my character wished that he had a dad like that so he takes it out on Carrie even though it wasn't Carrie's fault.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it, about a film like this? Because again, Weapons, very intense film, of course. It's like, yeah, you're gonna get characters like that and moments like that. So yeah, no, just amazing job managing all the stages to that, I suppose. So I mean, obviously, you being so young, there's an obvious question here. How do you balance acting and school? Because you're still in school, I imagine.
Well, so funny thing, I actually haven't started school because I do online school, Connexus Academy. So as long as I have
Ah,
my iPad or my computer, I can easily go out and about. I can do school on a plane as long as I have Wi-Fi at that point. I'm being serious. I did an entire I wrote an essay on a plane once.
that's ridiculously impressive. I tried actually when I was around your age, I tried doing an essay on the plane, but I fell asleep and then had to hand it in late. Some of us are clearly better set for this stuff than others.
Yeah, it's weird because I can't fall asleep on a plane. I just never. Unless if we're landing, of course, because so I flew to Japan once and coming back, I only remember dipping down twice because there was someone on the runway. My mom remembers it 3 times. So I must have fallen asleep right before we landed. So
That's insane. No, definitely. I mean, as I say, if you're able to balance your studies and acting, it's like all power to you. I imagine that's something very, very difficult for people to do. So I think there's two levels to this then in a way. What do you love most about being a young actor? But then also what are the challenges of it? And how do you deal with balancing those things?
So first of all, what I love about acting, I just love basically everything. But if I had to choose one thing, it would either be meeting people because I love meeting people, and or it would either be that or just the feeling of accomplishment after you get a booking or something. So that's gonna be pretty fun. Now, the challenges are probably the fact that, if you done like 5 scenes before 7 or whatever, and then you have a very long dialogue that's very emotional, but you only have like 30 minutes to pumpkin, it's like you gotta get this done really quick. And it gives me a fun challenge, and it's very difficult because, if you don't get it like third or fourth try, you might pumpkin and probably delay most of the film. But if you get it, it's like, oh yeah!
Yeah,
You
no, of course, absolutely. You get to celebrate then.
Yeah.
Could go very badly, but could also go very well. So you got
Yeah, high risk,
you
high
got a
reward.
got a bit of a gamble.
High risk, high reward.
Absolutely. So taking a step back from acting, then what else do you do? Because you said you go to Ninja, right? So I imagine there's other things that you're interested in as well.
Yes, so I play baseball. I am on a travel team, and last season, I was on the All-Star team. We actually made it runner-up in district, so hey.
Very nice. Very, very
Um,
nice.
and it's funny in baseball because I'm really sure. and I went to Cooperstown. So there's a picture of me. Literally, if you multiplied me by two and stacked me on my head, I would still be shorter than some of these kids.
Oh my goodness.
There was one picture where I was playing second base and the guy on second, I had to, so how you do? I
Yeah,
was
you're just like,
fighting,
how's the weather up there?
yeah, I was fighting the urge to say it. I was fighting the urge to say it. I wanted to, but like, baseball.
So you want to go on Ninja Warrior, I have no doubt. But in the meantime, you have a lot of upcoming projects. So, I mean, what are your goals for the future? You say you want to be an actor going forward. How long can you see yourself doing it? Because, I mean, I've never spoken at least to anyone whose career has started so immediately and is already going so well.
Well, I'm probably going to do it for my entire life. I love acting, and I'm already on a track so good, like, might as well keep going. I've actually gotten, since Weapons, I've gotten three offers already, so, like,
Wow.
now two of them unfortunately interfere or with another project, which I'm going out to Brazil for, so, hey.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Going all over with
oh
Japan as
yeah.
well, like you went to.
Yeah, so I'm going to Brazil, Canada, and possibly one other place, but that's in the US. But
Right.
so, yeah. And, you know, I have so much work I can do, so it's going to be so fun. I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, as you should be. I mean, with all the travel as well, that's so exciting. I bet you get to see so many cool places while you go to these places as well.
Yeah.
It's like that's going to be so much fun. I've always been jealous of people that can travel a lot because it must be so nice just to go and see things while you're working.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, I mean, go on then, Luke. So, to summarize, I think the best thing you could say right now is just some advice that you've got for any young actors that want to go in for auditions, get roles, and basically just do what you do.
Don't give up. Sometimes the roles are meant for what you audition for, and with enough patience, the right role will come to you.
Yeah, that's great advice. I mean, yeah, I think I'd have to agree actually in that it's obviously a very competitive space. I'm sure you'll agree, getting roles and just getting your name out there. But yeah, I've spoken to a few people where they've said the minute you have a role that does well, it can either be you end up accidentally typecasting yourself or there's a career waiting for you.
Yep.
Apparently it's a dangerous game to play, but evidently it's worked out for you.
Yep. Like, as long as if you be yourself and you just have fun doing the role, but make sure you also stay serious, it's gonna end up good for you.
Yeah, just keep on going. And that is exactly what you did, and it worked out well. So, yeah, Luke, again, massive congratulations on your rolling weapons. Massive congrats on all of your success. And yeah, just thank you ever so much for talking to me. It's been brilliant.
Thank you so much.